So here we are with Margarita Kosior from Greece.
I'm Polish, but I'm based in Greece. I've been living in Greece for the last 17 years. So half of my life. Yeah.
And this year you're giving 3 talks. You've already presented one at the PCE. Tell us a little bit about that.
All right, so it's my first IATEFL conference,
Ooh,
and I'm
okay.
doing 3 talks. So the first one was at the Global Issues SIG pre-conference event. Tonight I will be participating in the Pechachka or Pechakucha or just PK event with a presentation. And on Thursday I'm delivering another talk as part of the Global Issues Forum.
So what is your main area of specialization?
Well, I teach general English and I also write materials. But when I teach general English, I try to always introduce those difficult topics to my students.
Topics such as?
Topics such as disabilities, the Holocaust, equality, war and peace.
What are the benefits of including those topics in your lessons for you and for your learners?
Let's start with the learners. For my learners, obviously they learn more than the language in such lessons, because I think that learning the language only is not enough. They become global citizens, they understand differences, they become more tolerant. And I think it's very important to talk about values to our students, because, and we should also start it with very young learners, because it's easier to build good attitudes, positive attitudes, rather than to fix something that is already broken.
And the benefits for you?
And the benefit for me is the satisfaction, obviously, that I get from making that much of a difference in the world.
You yourself, you called them difficult topics. Why is that?
I call them difficult topics because sometimes the reactions that you get from the students, you don't really know what kind of reactions you can get, because children come into the classroom with some opinions already, and very often they are not their own opinions, but they are the opinions of their parents, for example, or whatever they hear on TV. So they can react to some of those issues, and the teacher can find himself or herself in this kind of difficult situation on how to resolve a conflict in the classroom, maybe. It has never really happened to me, fortunately, but it's a very frequent questions that teachers ask themselves. What do we do in this kind of situation when somebody has very strong opinions? So what I think is that you have to listen to all the opinions, but you have to encourage everybody to justify their opinion. And if they can justify it in a reasonable way, but usually unreasonable ideas cannot be justified in a reasonable way. So.
It seems you invest a lot of time in researching and finding ways to include those topics in your lessons and know how to manage these. How easy would that be to a newer or perhaps novice teacher?
Fortunately, more and more materials are created and are made available online. For example, Global Issues SIG have a calendar of special days online, and you can find lesson plans and read lessons for different topics. Also, the Note Project, for example, they invite teachers to contribute their own lesson plans, which can be shared with the whole world. So there are some materials available online, but as you said, you have to do a lot of research if you want to create your own materials, because you have to create them from scratch very often. And sometimes when I start dealing with a topic, I have no idea about it, and I learn about it as I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes it even more fascinating and even more rewarding.
Going back to your conference experience, you said this is the first time you're here at an IATEFL conference.
Yeah.
What were your expectations before coming to the conference?
I've been to many conferences, local conferences in Greece, in Thessaloniki, in Athens, in Serbia, Slovenia, Hungary, Poland, in all kinds of places. So I have plenty of conference experience. But I knew that I would be able to network with more people here, with many people that I know only from social media, for example. So I think this was the most important thing. The networking opportunities are very important when you go to a conference like this one.
And what do you think of the conference so far?
It's been great. Yesterday was fantastic. The pre-conference event with Global Issues SIG was really good, and I enjoyed my experience as a presenter there and the atmosphere in the room. The audience, everybody was very supportive, and there was a great balance of talks. I myself spoke about introducing difficult topics with the use of film, feature film, documentary, and inspirational short videos. And there were also talks about the use of art, drawing. There was a nice workshop, arts workshop. So there was a nice balance of, a nice combination of topics. So that was the pre-conference event. And then today, it's been, what time is it? It's been we are halfway through the day. I went to some good sessions. Because I'm getting more and more involved in materials writing, I pick the sessions which are related to this area.
And what are your expectations for the remaining of the conference?
My expectations are, I'm looking forward to tonight so that Pachachka PK is over and I can enjoy tomorrow more relaxed. Mm-hmm. Okay. I have marked a number of sessions that I want to go want to attend. And so far, I've been really satisfied with, really happy with the quality of the talks that I have selected. What else?
You've said that you've been actively involved in conferences and in traveling around different countries to talk about the things that you do. What would you say to somebody who, like you, is very actively involved in conferences but hasn't come to IATEFL yet?
But has been to other conferences, right? So what's the difference between being at a local conference? Well, as I said earlier, you will get to know more people from all over the world, because when you go to local conferences, for example, in the Balkans, we get to see all the same people, and it's similar sessions. They are circulated, right? Here you have more opportunities. When you look at the program, you'll go, wow, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to figure out where to go?
You need a week to go through the program, don't you?
Yeah, and I have, for each time slot, I have selected like 2 or 3 talks, like must. Well, obviously I cannot do this, okay? So there's so much that you can participate in and so many people that you can meet. And obviously you can follow up later, like collaborating with those new friends, colleagues from all over the world.
Well, we're very happy to have you here with us. Thank you very much for the interview.
Happy to be here. Thank you.